All right, thank you very much. I decided to do a summary to wrap up the campaigning activities in the election on that matter before swearing in. And I decided to do some comparative analysis using the two recent election cycles, namely the 2020 and then the 2024 elections. So that is what is underpinning this analysis. The first slide that I'm showing is comparing performance of the two parties in the 2020-2024. Which in 2020, the MPP got 6,730,502, representing 52.2% of the total valid vote cast, while the NDC garnered 6,212,862, representing 47.3%. Then in 2020, there comes the monster 2020 elections. Then the MPP garnered 4,657,304, while that of the NDC garnered 6,332,397, representing 56.55%, and the MPP owned it represents 41.62%. So you can see, comparatively, you can see, even when MPP was in government as an incumbent party, look at the performance of the NDC. And when NDC is defeating them, look at the gap. You see this, you see? So it's effectively, you can see, you see that the difference was just 3%, and here the difference is 14% difference, almost 15% difference between the NDC and the MPP. So using these two elections cycle comparison, it shows that the NDC is more attractive than the MPP. Let's move on. That's using the presidential results. Then also, let's look at 2020 election in terms of raw figures. The 2024 elections in terms of raw figures, and then the percentages have already displayed that. Sorry, let me correct. It's 20. It should be 2024. Yeah. Before. 2024 elections. So already this now the breakdown of all the political parties and the percentages they garnered. Then comparing the 2020 elections and then the 2024 elections, the focus is on the two major parties, which is namely the NDC and the MPP. And when we did that, you can see that the MPP has declined in terms of patronage. The love for the party has declined by 30.8%, negative 30.8%. And the NDC is able to sustain it base and improve by 1.86% positive. So if we check, the NDC is more attractive than the MPP using the two election cycle analysis. Now, let's move on. Here, we're looking at the 2024 presidential results from the 16 regions. So we check what each presidential candidate get, namely from the two parties, the NDC and the MPP. And when we do that, we realize that the MPP won only 3 regions, namely the Northeast, the Ashanti region, and the Eastern region. Yeah, the Eastern region. The NDC won in all the other regions, namely the Agafu, the Central, the Volta, the Upper East, the Oti, Upper West, the Savannah, the Northern, the Bunu East, the Western, the Greater Accra, Western North, and the Bunu regions. All were won by the NDC. So now, we want to look at the contribution of each region, the regional contribution of to the total value of the two main political parties. The regional contribution, what percentage of value votes each region contributed to the total votes cast in favor of any of the two main parties. And when that is done, you see that the Afro region contributed 2.44% of the total volume cast for the MPP, while it contributed 2.06 for the NDC, giving a difference of negative 39. So meaning the MPP has garnered more views in terms of their available cast. In terms of their available cast for 2024, the Afro region gave them 2.6 more than the NDC, minus negative 0.39. So effectively done for all the regions. You can see all the contributions from all the regions and what it brought to the kitty of each of the main political parties. So the votes difference that the NDC used to beat the MPP in the regions are given. So in the Afro region, for instance, the NDC has 16,255 votes more than the MPP. In the Central region, the NDC had 179,871 more votes than the MPP. In the Volta, it has 527,534 votes more than the MPP. In the Northeast, it has less. It lost by 23,749 votes less than the MPP. Then in the Upper West, the NDC had 152,946 votes more than the MPP. It has 95,981 more votes in the Oche region. In the Ashanti region, it has 669,724 less votes than the MPP. In the Greater Accra, in the Greater Accra region, the NDC has 579,297 votes more than the MPP. In the Western North, it has 78,665 votes more than the MPP, and the Bunu region has 42,908 votes more than the MPP. So cumulatively, the NDC have 1,671,993 votes more than the MPP. So that is the vote difference comparatively. How the two main parties compared using 2020 and 2024 presidential election results. So what we seek to do is to compare the vote difference using each party, internal party, each party as a standalone, what the party got in 2020 and what it got in 2024. So, and when we do that, and when that is done, we realize that the MPP lost 21.8% of their votes in the Afro region, while the NDC gained 11.69% in the Afro region. In the Central, the MPP lost 37% of their votes, 37.64%. The NDC gained 4.2% of their votes, or votes more. In the Northeast, in the Volta region, the MPP lost 43% of their votes, 43.57% of their votes. And the NDC lost negative 3.67% of their votes. In the Northeast, the MPP gained 9.82% more votes compared from 2024 compared to 2020. And the NDC lost negative 1.2% of their votes compared to their 2020 figure. In the Ashanti region, so it continues that way. The flow continues in that manner. So in the Ashanti region, the MDC gained 6.73% more votes, and the MPP lost 23.89% of their votes. In the northern region, the NDC gained 11%, 11.10%, and then lost negative 9.52. In the Greater Accra region, the MPP lost 45%, 45.62% of their votes, while the NDC lost negative 4.95% of them. In the Bunu region, the NDC gained 16.09% of their votes. The MPP lost 34.10% of their votes. So cumulatively, the MPP lost negative 30.8% of their total votes nationwide. That declined in their patronage, and the NDC gained 1.86% more votes. What it means is that the law for the NDC maintains and probably potentially grows, while that of the MPP is on the decline. It's on the move, it's taking down a downwards move, a move dive downwards. And so in terms of popularity that I was telling you, Mr. Lal, that the NDC seemed to be more attractive than the MPP. Is evidential based, data, purely data driven, not conjectural, not hearsay. Let's go on. Parliamentary performance of the two main parties. Well, we'll compare the two main parties in each region, what each party is able to garner. Per the Electoral Commission data, the data from the Electoral Commission, the one gazetted and published by Ghana News Agency, says that in the Ahafo region, the MPP have 5 MPs, while the NDP had 1. There's no pending issue, and there's no independent candidates winning in that region. In the Ashanti region, the NDC is able to win 7 seats. Even there are some in court, but because it has been gazetted, I don't want to be controversial, so I counted it for the NPP. In the Ashanti region, the NDC have 7 seats, the NPP has 39 seats, and then independent 1. There's no pending issue. So the total number of seats in that region is 47. In the Bunu region, if the flow continues, in the Bunu region, they have the total seats for both Bunu region is 11. The NDC had 11 seats, the MPP 1. Total, no independent, no pending, total 11. And it gathered. And the Bunu East, the total seats is 12, sorry. And the Bunu East, their total seats is 11 seats. The MPP, the NDC has 10. There's 1 pending, no independent, and the total seats is 11. The one gathered is 10, and all is for the NDC. So the flow continues like that in all the regions. In the Bunu, in the Oti region, all 9 seats is for NDC. In the Savannah region, in the Upper East region, all the 15 is for NDC. In the Upper East, all 11, 15 seats is for NDC. In the Upper West, all 11 is for NDC. In the Volta, all 18 seats for NDC. In the Western region, 50 seats for NDC, 2 for MPP. And the Western North, 8 for NDC, 1 for MPP. So cumulatively, when you look at the flow in that order, cumulatively, the NDC has 182 seats, uncontested, properly declared and gazetted for the NDC, 182. The MPP has 86 seats. Independents, 4. And then the total gazette is 272 with 4 pending seats, namely the Techiman South, Abukuma Central, Abukuma North, Abukuma Central. These are the seats still pending, not declared and not gazetted. So those seats are not gazetted. So I put them under pending. You will not find it. So we add that total number of seats is 276. Okay, this is the visualization of the data. When you put it in the pie chart, this is how it looks. The NDC had 182, or more than half of the pie chart, and the MPP 86, independent for pending 4. Independent for pending 4. Okay, in the bar chart form, that's how it look like. So 182 representing 66% of the number of seats available, and 86 represent 31% of the seats, and independent for that 1%, and then pending for 1%. Okay, so this is how it look like. So look at the graph. Look at the graph here. What does that tell you? Very high, very low. More than half of what the MPPs have. So in terms of attractiveness or popularity, which party is popular? In this election, we didn't just win. We were able to dismantle the machinery of the MPP by defeating people who occupy seats like Sequendi, where Papa Owusu used to be MP. It's now for NDC. Isikado Katai, Yogate seat was taken. That's the machinery of the government. When I'm talking, you have to get it. Abeguma West, it's also constituency. The communication minister's seat taken. That's the machinery of the NPP. The interior minister, Ayawasi Central, that's the Nikoti seat taken. Adashi Asukwa, KTM taken. If you wish, taken. Takwa Israel, taken. Even Patrick Boama seat, taken. Tema West, that's Carlos Hinkler seat, taken. In this election, NDC have taken more than 50% of PCs from the MPP. So I'm not trying to explain for you to know the likability or the popularity of a party. We didn't just win. We won by taking key seats. The Ifutu seat, we will take it in the next election. So you look at your parliament, who is a key person there? Apart from Afenyo Martin, which key person won in your party? So if I talk about likability, that's it. So you are not communicating. Whatever you people are doing is irritating. You are irritating the people. You are not communicating. You better stop calling people incompetent, swallow your pride, and begin to make the party attractive through decorum and mutual respect. Idea sharing without insult. You can be decorous. You can share your ideas without calling anybody incompetent or competent. The 8 years just gone by, Chair tell her that incompetent tactic was a political gimmickry. Because the confidence that we had and thinking that they were going to get competent leadership never materialized. So if I'm you, I'll be ashamed we will be mentioning competent or not competent, competent or not competent of somebody. The election has taught you to be humble. So it's better you be humble from your mini micro minority level, so that the Ghanaian can begin to consider that, oh, let's be sympathetic towards you. But you are doing things that is causing more pain and disaffection for the party. So you better think twice about it. Election is about numbers. It's not about who else is the fastest. It's about who has the ability to unite the nation, who has the ability to govern the state, who has the ability to perform, not empty rhetoric, not sloganeering. That is what we're talking about. Let's continue. So in conclusion, the NDC, based on the data analysis that have been done above, based on the data-driven analysis that I just walked through, it is clear, backed by evidence, that the NDC is the most attractive political party in Ghana's history. It's the most attractive political party in Ghana's history. That the NDC is the most attractive political party in Ghana, more than the NPP. In the two elections, when one considers the performance of the two political parties in all the 16 regions. Therefore, we therefore recommend that a change in the election system from a majority system to a proportional representation system of voting to ensure fairness in our governance, in our growing democracy, to ensure fairness in our growing democracy. Democratic governance should not be purely one-sided way of voting, but rather diversified into all shades of opinion and preference for governance. Thank you very much. All right, so this is the short piece I have. Without much ado, I think I will close here, and then tomorrow, if you have questions, you push it. You have challenges, you have data-driven issues that you want, you can do analysis. If you have anything that you think is contradict this or weigh this down, you bring the data and then we'll go through it. Thank you very much for your attention. So this is my short analysis that I have. I'll continue to do this because I'm somebody who's a lover of data and a lover of data analysis. So anything data, I'm for it. You can bring it to them. We'll go through. Thank you and bye-bye for now.